Hello, welcome to my web series. I'm on the drip. I'm going to be here for the next 3 hours. So to keep me company for that time is TV producer and comedian Dan Louw. He's there. Come and. You can't do the show just with your eyes. They are beautiful eyes, but could you please come into shot properly and talk to me like a normal human being? So the idea is that chemo is hopefully saving my life right now, but it is at the same time boring. Those two things can sit alongside each other and not be mutually exclusive.
Yeah, that's true.
Have you ever been in hospital?
I mean, a lot when I was a kid, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Eyes. I had a squint. And I looked like I was going to go blind for a while.
That would have been terrifying.
Not for me when I was 2 or 3.
If you're going to go blind...
Yeah. Well, blind in one
early
eye, they thought. I'm still sort of very astigmatic, but... yeah, I can sort of vaguely remember it. I think I can vividly remember it, but I blatantly can't.
Thank you.
And then, obviously, my invasions.
Is invasion a euphemism for colonoscopy?
Yeah.
Do you have colonoscopies and gastroscopies at the same time?
No. Just
That's
one.
what I had, so I basically,
Both ends?
spit roast.
No way. I didn't even know that you could... Really?
Yeah.
Jesus wept.
Because they wanted to check my entire gastric tract.
Oh my God.
Your mum was a criminal.
Yeah, so my mum was a nurse who
Synonymous.
was investigated by the General Nursing Council in the mid-1970s. She was married to a bad man who was involved. Bad man. He was involved in burglary and the fencing of goods stolen by burglars. He would commission thefts and then sell things. And at one point, their flat got raided. My mum was left holding the baby, or in this case, a kind of series of golden statuettes.
Right.
It's like her former husband was like he's a character played by Michael Caine in a film in the 60s and 70s. I'm going to go and steal a load of stuff from a country house.
He sounds amazing. Do you think
well-
he's still single?
She was given a suspended sentence. She went to trial. Mm-hmm. Didn't tell the General Nursing Council like you're supposed to when you get done by the filth. And she obviously thought about it and then decided not to, and then just thought, I'll tough this one out, they'll never find out. And they did find out. Probably because someone rossed her up, because my mum made a lot of enemies. She was quite rude.
Was she?
Yeah, she was like a non-racist Roseanne. Very avuncular, very drunk, very Australian. And
she was Australian.
Yeah, just everyone in my school in the area that I grew up in was very scared of her.
How did the drunkenness sit alongside her being a nurse?
I don't think it helped.
No.
I don't think it helped.
My brother came to stay with me in my flat.
Yeah.
And when I came back later on, I found skid marks in my toilet from him. And that feels like a microaggression, because I haven't been able to shit since March.
No way.
Because I've got a colostomy bag.
Oh, man.
It's like my brother's literally like,
Taunting
look
you.
at my functioning bowels
Yeah.
and weep.
I think I would say that is a microaggression almost.
Thank
He
you.
doesn't mean it, but it's it's a bit unthinking.
It was unthinking.
But I also think like people who don't get busy with the toilet brush, that's not okay. These are little acts of civic society. We all need to be better when it comes to toilet etiquette. You can't leave the mess of your insides in a toilet without cleaning up afterwards.
I mean, that's just stating the obvious though, isn't it?
No, so many people who don't do it. I work at a place which is absolutely full of
Yeah.
people buttering it around the top of the... smearing it on the walls. It's like the Maze prison in the 1970s where I work. Oh, there's the knee. No one wants that shot.
This isn't your first time in this space.
No, it's not my first time in this building, and possibly this ward, actually. I can't remember. My mum, she had breast cancer. She was diagnosed with breast cancer sort of year of my birth. She was a sort of kind of ardent, spare rib reading feminist who believed that sort of the men who ran the medical establishment in the UK ultimately didn't have women's best interests at heart, and that the level of care that you can expect for any form of treatment, particularly a form of treatment that largely only really affects women, had distrust of the medical establishment, had distrust of male surgeons, meant that she decided sort of to not seek the only form of treatment that was really available at the time, which was a mastectomy, or a lumpectomy even at that point. So she sort of just said, take that.
I sympathise or empathise, I don't know which is the best word, because you do sort of question if she could have been helped by other forms of treatment that hadn't been investigated, because it's like the medical profession had decided that because surgery could help, that was okay, and they didn't think about the fact that actually women might not want massive chunks of their breasts removed and might want alternative treatments. And if it was a man who had breasts and had to have part of their sexuality and their body hacked off, that maybe the treatment would have been discovered that would have offered an alternative to that.
I mean, I guess it was partly like a sort of issue of technology. All the debates that we're having now about what should and shouldn't be available in the NHS were being had back in 1979, as far as I can tell, and the kind of issues that breast cancer drugs were being trialled, but were not only not widely available, but were barely available anywhere in the UK at all. She just decided that sort of men were a bit too quick to just cut bits of women off.
Yes.
But I think she believed there was a degree of vindictiveness in it as well.
When I read about people that refuse treatment and just go, I'm going to accept this now, I will succumb to it. You know, it's what I don't want to keep fighting a fight that I'm going to eventually lose. Those people are braver than me. I would take any treatment that did anything to me. I'd cut my fucking leg off.
Yeah.
You look like fun chums. How do you feel about being slightly filmed like down your chin?
I don't
Is this
mind.
your best angle?
No, I don't really like being filmed. Well, actually, no.
That's great. Welcome to my podcast.
I don't like being photographed. Like, I have a neurotic issue with being photographed, and I don't know what it is, and I can't get rid of it. I don't like the process of it. I won't look at them afterwards. I find being photographed really traumatic. I don't really particularly mind being filmed. I don't particularly like it, but I really, really hate. Like, hate's not even the right word. It's the only thing in the world that I feel massively uncomfortable doing.
So should I take this as an honour?
No, because you're filming me. I'm fine with that. If you took a photograph of me,
I'm great that you're doing this for me.
Yeah. Well, also because I thought I have to go to work later, but I thought hanging out in the chemotherapy ward would be really sounded fun. And so far it's proved so.
I mean, it's not every day you get to do this.
No.
And you're an inquisitive man.
Yeah, I like sort of going into worlds where I sort of feel I kind of know what I'm getting, but I'm not exactly sure.
Thanks for watching. There'll be more episodes coming up soon, so hit the subscribe button, which is here, and the bell, so you'll see when they're up. Thanks. Bye.